Alright, so obviously we just showed you how to do over here the A take. Now I'm going to show you a little bit something different in a B split. Now the smokes over here are much harder, so I will say it's likely I'll mess up at least one of them once. I'm going to start with kind of the easier explanation part of it before moving into the smoke, since I know I can get the explanation right. So basically, the idea here is it's a B split, so we're going to have two or three people come up cat, and then two people go apartments. Now that last person the last person can either lurk A, like I like to do, or they can come cat with these people. He can really go anywhere. If he wants, he can go B with these guys and make sure they don't get pushed through here, or he can go underpass and make sure they don't get pushed through there. So, basically, the people going cat are here to be the split. They're not the tactical people, and the people in B are here to make the split happen by throwing the smokes. So actually, the smokes that will land here in mid are thrown from over here in B, and the smokes that will land in B can also be thrown from here. Depending on what version of it we do, we will either put three people B if we want to put a smoke on the B as well, or we can just put two people there and three cat if we just want to go a little bit quicker and save that extra 300 bucks on utility. The last smoke just lands here on bench and blocks that off, which isn't super necessary if we have people coming from two angles, but it is pretty hard for the people from cat to see the people here on bench. Okay, the smokes. So I'm going to start with the easier of the two mid smokes. So all of the smokes are thrown here from this little back alley area just outside of apps. So the first one we're going to throw is going to smoke off connector for the people coming up cat. As you can see from here, they're going to be able to be seen from A main unless we smoke it off. So this was a really important smoke. So you kind of line yourself up in the corner of this door and you'll feel yourself get kind of locked in. As you can see, there's like kind of a diagonal part. Just lock yourself into the corner of that. Then you're going to take your smoke over here. You're just going to come to the left of this pillar here. For me, it's about one crosshair length in terms of like the little spokes I have. So I just need to put the edge of my crosshair on that side of the building and line it up with the top of that antenna. Now, these smokes are definitely much harder than the other ones, so you can press tilde and use your console to make sure you have the right height and lineup. So as you can see, I'm a little too high right now, so we'll just lower a bit, and then bam, much better, as you can see. So this one should work in smoke off connector. Again, if I mess it up, I'm going to redo it until I get it, and I'm not going to be able to cut it out. So, perfect. I actually got it. That one's probably the easiest of the three. So as you can see, nobody here is going to be able to see into cat, so you can just run in from there. So that's a really good smoke, and obviously not something you see at our level, so I don't think they'd expect to know that it came from B, or to know what this strat really is. So, next we're going to show how to smoke off window, which is much harder. I feel like as the strat evolves, if that smoke really becomes a problem for us, the window one, I can show you guys a different way how to do it, where it involves smoking from T-spawn right there, which will land on cat so you can get behind the box and smoke the window from that box. It's not as effective and it'll definitely give away our mid presence much quicker, but it will work, and especially at our level, it should still fool people. So this one is thrown here from this little window. You're just going to line yourself up with the left edge of the right windowsill. So this little line right here. Now this one is the harder of the two. So first, you line up with these three dots. Like see, one, two, three darker areas. You're going to line yourself up here in the middle, darker one. You're going to go up into the corner of like here where it gets a little bit darker. Again, a really hard smoke to set up. So I'm going to use this and we'll probably still get it wrong. So I need to go more to the left. That's more like it. And how am I doing on this side? A little bit higher, I think. Obviously, the smoke is a lot harder, and I probably won't get it this time, but you'll get the idea, and it'll just take some practice from going offline like bots like I am. So we'll see how this one goes. It'll be very close, even if I do miss it. Nope. Perfect. And as you can see, this will smoke off everything in here. As you can see, this guy can't do anything. There's no gaps. Nothing at all. And the only gap there really is right here, and that's not even really a gap, but you can barely see into mid, and nobody's going to be going there. So that's a really good smoke to throw. And now that we've got that one, the last one's super easy. So those are the two smokes that are going to help our teammates get from here onto cat and up into B. This last one is just to make sure there's nobody bench being a threat. Because for the most part, bench would sit here and watch apps, in which case they couldn't like trade the kill here. So obviously that's not what you want. You don't want one person shutting down the team. There's a lot of different places it can happen, but I think bench is the most prominent where it could happen like this. So you for that one, you line up here with this middle pillar, line up here, and throw it here. See how there's like this little plank sticking out? You want to line up with that. This one you don't need so much lining up on. And then you're just going to line up with the corner of this right here. The little edge of this overhang. So you're going to line up with the corner of that. You can use your console if you really want to. So I'm a little bit high, but it's okay. It'll still work. You don't want to throw it too low on this one because it can like hit that clip right there. And this will smoke off bench right there. At least it'll smoke off this corner of it. It does not smoke off that corner of it. But the good thing about this corner of it is you can see him from cat. So we can trade a kill if the guy's playing from here because we can see him from cat. So that's pretty much that. Obviously we can do it without that last smoke there if we want to just do this on like an eco where we're only getting 2 smokes. Now, there's a lot of different grenades you can throw to support this smoke setup. So I'm going to show you some of those right now. Obviously you have the 2 people mid and the 3 people here. Or if you're not throwing the other bench smoke, we could put 3 cat. But I would still kind of recommend having the 3rd person here. Now they can either, make sure you're walking by the way when you're in this. They can either come here and just make sure they don't push in by like holding this angle here. Or they can come underpass and make sure they don't push underpass. Obviously those smokes shouldn't take too long to set up, but we might just say, you know, okay, 25 seconds in a round at 1:30, throw your smokes and then run from there. Obviously the people from apartments are gonna get here quicker than the people from cat, because the people from cat, well, these guys are here, they literally just have to run from here through to there, and they're visible as soon as they get to right here. So that's a very short time. Whereas the people from cat are running from here. Not only do they have to go more lengthwise, they also have to go more height-wise in terms of this map before running here. So make sure you wait a little bit after you throw your smokes. I'd recommend as soon as you throw your smokes, you tell, like as soon as this smoke blooms, I'd recommend this being the first smoke, first of all, because that would be the smoke where they see him first. So if you throw that smoke first, and then as soon as that one's thrown, the next smoke will throw, they can go as soon as this one blooms, because this one blooms a lot quicker than this one, since this one has much bigger bounces, since it bounces here, like kind of loops up to there, loops up to there. Whereas this one bounces here, and then here like 4 times before falling and exploding. So that one smoke goes off much quicker. Okay, now back to what I was talking about. The grenades that can support this. Now, if you're having a lot of trouble with that window smoke, again, I will show you that first. This will require a 5 smoke setup, or 4 if you don't throw the bench. So basically, when you're in T-spawn, you should already know the smoke, by the way, but you jump up here on this trash can, just back in the corner, and line your crosshair up with like the end of this antenna right here, and you're just gonna throw it. This allows you to cross to the box in mid. If you don't have good spawns for your offer to take it, he can still come up here after that smoke is thrown and get into here without repercussions. There is a really small way for them to see you from here, but it's pretty much nothing if you think about it. And if you're quick enough, the person throwing that smoke will not be able to get here quick. And you can only see their legs. So it's not that big of a deal. Then once you're in here, you can throw your normal smoke. Now this one's kind of just eyeballing it, which I don't like. And I'm not very good at this eyeballing, so I'm just going to like try one real quick. Let's see. Yeah, good enough. And that'll smoke it off too. So you just do something along the lines of that. Now that'll obviously require 2 more smokes if you need to get in here. Or if you have the really good god tier, you could just risk the spawn and get over here quickly. This will really give away your mid presence too, because the person will be holding it here and see the smoke come from here. So they'll know at least one person is mid, which is kind of taking away the element of surprise. Obviously these other smokes here are kind of giving away your mid presence, but they can't know for sure because they can't see where you threw them from. Okay, back to supporting me. Jeez, I'm getting off topic. So when you're coming in here to apps, you'll probably want to throw some mollies. There's not as many mollies as there are in the A site take, but one you obviously will want to throw is into the car pit area back here. Obviously this is pretty much a must-have. It mollies everything off here. It just gets them out of this position and forces them out. Other Molotov you might want is, since you already have right here smoked. Let's see how well that smokes it off. Awful. Okay. Anyway, since you already have there smoked, you might want to throw a molly off that back wall that lands right up against it. That'll take off just right behind the molly, or you could even molly right here. But right here is this part that's like most smoked off since it lands right there. So obviously right here is really smoked off. But this could become really vulnerable in the sense if you're trying to plant right here. I'd recommend if you try and plant right here. That's probably where you'd want to plant. Because there could be one market, obviously. But you're assuming your guy apps can take care of the guy market, like this. And then if nobody is playing market and somebody's trying to come from bench and peek him from there, they have the easier shot from here. This can obviously be done from here too. Where you plant here, or even here. You're not seeing. Worst case scenario, you like have to jump over there and plant here, which isn't too bad, but still. You can understand why that would not be favorable. So that's pretty much that. I'll show you a couple flashes, but flashes aren't really necessary. There's a flash you can throw from like here, bounces off this wall, bounces off here, and hits there. But this isn't really needed because you have teammates coming from cat. So there's really nowhere you need to flash in this setup. I would just know that flash just in case something comes up where somebody is playing an angle such as here, and it'd be kind of hard for the cat guy to get him too. That flash would bounce off here and land here, flashing him, and unfortunately your teammates, unless they're really pressed up against right here. But then they could get the easy kill, like that. So that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.